My parents told me my college fund was gone. Then I found out where it went. My whole life, my parents told me not to worry about college. We've been saving since you were born, they said. You just focus on your grades and we'll handle the rest. So I did everything right. Straight A's, student council, volunteered every weekend, worked 20 hours a week, never asked for anything. My brother Colton was the opposite. He totaled his first car street racing when he was 17, and my parents bought him a new one the next week. He got a girl pregnant at 19, and my parents paid her to go away. He punched a bouncer at a club and broke the guy's nose, and my parents hired a lawyer to make it all disappear. He was their golden boy who could do no wrong, and every mess he made just vanished like magic. Senior year, I got into my dream school, $40,000 a year, but I wasn't worried because I had the fund. I asked my parents to start the paperwork, and they got weird and quiet. Dad said there wasn't as much as they'd hoped. I asked how much. Long pause. Mom said, "It's gone, honey. The economy hit us hard, and there were some unexpected expenses." I was devastated, but I didn't yell. I just went to my room and cried. A few weeks later, I was home alone looking for documents for my FAFSA and went into my dad's office. That's when I found the folder labeled with my name from 18 years ago. Inside were bank statements from an account I'd never seen, the college fund. I flipped through and my hands started shaking. There were withdrawals with notes in my dad's handwriting. $15,000 4 years ago. Colton Vegas debt. Gambling losses he owed to dangerous people. $10,000 3 years ago. Colton settlement. He'd keyed his ex-girlfriend's car and slashed all 4 of her tires when she broke up with him, and they had to pay her off to not press charges. $50,000 2 years ago. Colton situation NDA. The pregnant girl. $8,000 18 months ago. Colton boat. He'd bought a boat on credit, crashed it drunk into a dock, and my parents paid it off before it went to collections. $12,000 last year. Colton lawyer. The bouncer assault. The balance was $0. They spent nearly $100,000 covering up my brother's destruction and blamed it on unexpected expenses. I waited until everyone was home for dinner and put the folder on the table. Dad said, "What's this?" I said, "My college fund." Mom went pale. I said, "You told me the economy took it. You didn't tell me you spent it paying off Colton's gambling debts and the girl he got pregnant and the woman he stalked and the bouncer he put in the hospital." Colton's head snapped up. "I didn't stalk anyone. We were dating." I said, "You keyed her car and slashed her tires when she dumped you. There's a word for that." Dad held up his hands. "Your brother made some mistakes, but he's family. We helped him like we'd help any of you." I said, "You'd help me?" When? When I worked 20 hours a week through high school while Colton was crashing boats and paying off pregnant women with my college fund? Dad's face went red. We didn't have a choice. That money was for family emergencies. I said, "Gambling debts are emergencies? Stalking your ex is an emergency? Getting a girl pregnant and paying her to disappear is an emergency?" Colton stood up. "That situation with Rihanna was complicated and you don't know what you're talking about." I said, "You got her pregnant and paid her $50,000 of my money to sign an NDA and go away. You might have a kid out there somewhere, Colton, or you might not. Either way, I'm the one paying for it." Mom gasped. "How do you know about the NDA?" I said, "Because Dad wrote Colton situation NDA in the memo line. He documented everything." Dad slammed his hand on the table. "That's enough. What's done is done. You'll take out loans like everyone else and you'll be fine." I said, "I'll be $200,000 in debt because you chose to protect your precious son from every consequence he ever earned. He should be in jail, Dad, for assault, for stalking, for destruction of property. Instead, he lives in a condo you bought him, and I get to start my life 6 figures in the hole." Colton rolled his eyes. "God, you're so dramatic. It's just money." I stared at him. 4 years of working and saving was just money to you. You know what, Colton? You're right. It's just money, and you're just a stranger to me now. I picked up the folder. "I'm moving in with Grandma. She was very interested to hear where my college fund went." Mom's face twisted. "You told my mother? About Brianna? The NDA?" I said, "I told her everything. She's rewriting her will this week, by the way." Dad started screaming that I had no right to air family business, that I was tearing this family apart, that I was an ungrateful child. I said, "You stole $100,000 from your daughter to protect your son from his own choices. I'm not the one who tore this family apart." I moved in with my grandmother that weekend. Colton got arrested for assault again last month, and my parents asked if I could help with bail. I blocked their number.